Hi, I'm Kalpana Fitzpatrick. I've got here with me today Gemma Godfrey, Chairman of the Investment Committee at CREDO Capital. Hi Gemma, thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.
Gemma, you said in your presentation earlier that not everyone can, best of breed is dying. Can you maybe tell us what you think makes a winner in today's environment?
No, I mean, it's a very tough time for best of breed fund management because basically they're going out there and giving access to certain larger funds, etc., and certain staff fund managers. And now a lot of people are saying, well, they can get access to them themselves, and therefore, how are they going to earn? Why are they going to be charging these extra layer of fees? And I think what will make a fund of fund a winner in this type of environment is that there's no such thing as a typical fund.
Sure.
So any fund of fund out there that can actually exploit this and focus on portfolio construction, etc., and basically give reason why they're earning this extra layer of fees. For example, in this type of environment, there's a lack of clarity.
Sure.
So there's a risk of macro shocks. So if you can protect the portfolio, in times of trouble, that's very valuable. There's also heightened correlations. So if they can provide diversification benefits, I mean that's very valuable because obviously we're seeing the equity markets and the commodity markets travelling very much in line, and commodities were an asset which a lot of people use to diversify their portfolio.
Sure.
And finally, you kind of got this search for yield as well. So obviously it's risk and it's return, but if a fund out there can provide something different, justify the extra layer of fees, and give that extra layer of due diligence and really be working for it, then I think that'll help justify it.
Of course, and a lot of investors are very nervous out there, and transparency has become quite a big issue. But hedge funds are quite reluctant, I think. Just wondering, how you see it as, are hedge funds sort of giving into the transparency requirements that investors are demanding?
Got it. I mean, it's a really hot topic because obviously the hedge funds have the investors have walked. There was $782 billion that flew out of hedge funds in 2008.
Yep.
So they have to listen to investors, and investors are demanding, as you said, transparency, simplicity, and liquidity. But first of all, it has to be appropriate, and hedge funds are very nervous of revealing their positions because often if they're maybe potentially a big player or one of the only players in a market, people can come along and actually duplicate their trades. So what I am seeing is they are having to provide the extra layer of transparency, but because with the increase of technology, what they're doing is allowing investors access, but they can't download the fact sheets, or they can't forward them, copy them, print them out, and disseminate them.
Sure.
So it's trying to find that balance of telling investors what they're doing, giving them that transparency, but ensuring it doesn't get disseminated.
Of course. And another thing that investors have been concerned about, I suppose, most times is about fees. They're quite high in the hedge fund industry. Are they justified? And also, as a small pension fund, can I afford to even invest in hedge funds?
I mean, obviously it can be quite costly. So it's all about the risk and return. So it's actually providing enough return for, the cost that you're going to be paying for it. So, because obviously a lot of people are saying, well, why invest in active? Why not passive? It's so much cheaper. I think to gain access, that's why a lot of wealth managers are out there, because they pool your assets and they pool your capital so that you can meet minimums. And often, actually, as we heard before in one of the talks, there are people out there that will also negotiate down the fees. So if you can negotiate down the fees and they're providing an extra bit of return, after subtracting for these fees and diversification benefits and giving you a steady, stable income stream, it can be very valuable.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that insight. That was brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks.